Baltimore and lacrosse are pretty synonymous. It's really the epicenter of lacrosse when you think about it. And for me, especially growing up here, playing my Final Four here, and now getting to teach kids the sport at our invite-only camp here in North and Baltimore, to me, it really came full circle.
Loyola College, this was the site of the 205 lacrosse camp back when I was in high school and looking at playing collegiately. Every time I come here to Loyola College, I sort of think, this is where it all started for me.
M&T to me definitely means a lot for my lacrosse career. To get to 2 national championships in 4 years is definitely something that's special, and we at Duke were definitely very proud of. And to be able to win it was definitely something that was very emotional and a huge part of my lacrosse career.
Gilman for me was a huge part of my formative years and really enabled me to be the person that I am. I mean, this is, for me, really where my lacrosse career took off. In order to have the best compilation of talent across the country, we picked Baltimore as a conversion spot for that.
We wanted to get a camp where we had the best kids in this sort of middle school, early high school age group, where we could get them together and teach them lacrosse at a really, really high level, basically preparing them for the college levels.
We feel that we can help kickstart some players' recruiting process, and then for the younger players, let them play with the guys who are kickstarting that process and kind of give them a taste of what it's going to be like. And then off the field, we have coaches come in and talk to them about the recruiting process so they can kind of hear it right from the coaches.
Average day of camp, it's not average. We've built this event to have features the likes of which that you've never seen. I mean, we had Brian Doherty at camp yesterday, and he was amazed at the fact that we had taken film of a scrimmage during a night, broken it down, and then we're analyzing it the next day. It was something that he had never heard of, had never even seen before at any other camp, and that's something that we did that I think the players got a lot out of. I'm not sure how much they're used to doing that, and to prepare them for the next level, that's something that they're going to do on a consistent basis.
The best part of the Invitational camp by far is the level of enthusiasm and excitement the players bring to the field every day. They can't wait to get out there, they can't wait to learn, and they sincerely want to get better, which makes it exciting as a coach, makes it exciting because of the competition is extremely high, and just is an enjoyable experience to be a part of.
For these kids in this age group to have the opportunity to work with someone like Ryan Boyle or Ned Crotty or Mitch Belisle, it's an experience that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives.
All of our national directors are not only some of the best players in the world, but they're incredible people. And I have a personal relationship with each and every one of them before they become a part of Trilogy, and I think that's something that's very special in the fact that I trust them wholeheartedly with the lessons that they're teaching, both on a lacrosse field and also the interactions that they're having with our players off the field. I mean, I see Trilogy continuing to develop and introduce innovative lacrosse educational services to the industry. I mean, if you look at our history, we have in the past always created new lines of services that nobody else has really had. And you look at select teams and training camps. We put together a training camp, introduced that to our teams. Next thing you know, everybody else is doing them, which is a good thing. We're raising the bar of what is acceptable and expected from a lacrosse educational company. You look at our webinars that we've done, where we're now using online technological tools to train coaches so that they can then become better teachers to their individual teams.
Where do I see Trilogy Lacrosse in 10 years? I think to answer that question, I've got to go back and look at where we've come from. And we started with a camp in Bayhead, New Jersey, and now we have camps across the country. And I think that the biggest thing is it's this idea of every year we want to be better than we were the year before. And it's looking at the things we did right, trying to correct the things that we did wrong. And it's what's made us successful as players, and I think it's what makes us successful as an organization.
The future of Trilogy looks extremely bright with this invite-only camp. You can start to see the beginning of players that grew up playing with Trilogy, now coming back to play at our invite-only camp, hopefully go on to play in college, and then eventually come back and work as counselors and staff with Trilogy Lacrosse. So it's only going to grow, especially as the sport grows. We're going to be able to continue impacting young lives all across the country.
We feel at Trilogy that we have some of the best minds in the game, all working together. And so we think that if we can work with as many players as possible while growing up, we can definitely positively impact the game.
I mean, ultimately, Trilogy's goal is to improve every lacrosse player and coach across the country. So we would love to have an impact on this game in the broadest and deepest scope possible. Obviously, it's pretty difficult to accomplish, having a breadth and depth, but we feel like with the people that we have involved in the organization, the dedication to creating new services, and just the overall quality control in our execution, we feel like it's possible.